All right, welcome to part 2 of the show where we're talking about the National Sports Festival, and there has been high drama in Benin. I must tell you, at some point, we are beginning to wonder if the sports festival will continue or not, because the state government say, hey, without funding, we cannot continue with this. We spend so much money, we need the backing of the federal government. Well, they've gotten it. The federal government has given assurance that you are not alone in this. You are doing this for Nigerian youths. Well, like we told you when we were starting the show, Hon Gbenga Elegbeleye is hanging on to speak to us here in Lagos. He's a former Director General of National Sports Commission, so he's somebody who should know. Let's see if we can get in touch with Gbenga Elegbeleye now to share his thoughts with us on the show. Hello, Honorable.
Thank you.
You saw the drama that played out between Edo and the federal government. What is your take on it? At some point, the festival was almost not going to continue.
Well, I can't blame the sports ministry, because when you expect money from the budget, it's not just like it's a straight thing like that. It takes some bureaucratic bottlenecks for you to even get your budget to your ministry before you can in turn transfer whatever you want to do to support the host state of the sports festival. So the blame shouldn't go to the national sports. Ministry of Sports. There is always delay in payment from whatever, the presidency to the budget office. Is not the fault of the ministry. You can only give what you have. You cannot give money that's not available. So the Edo State government should understand that the Ministry of Youth and Sports is not a place where you warehouse money.
Okay, all right. But the good thing is that the sports festival has eventually gone ahead. To avoid this kind of situation moving forward, the next host,
yes.
What would be your advice, sir?
My advice are both the next host and the ministry themselves must get their priority and get the money they want to use available, not to start at the middle of the competition and now be broke. They should they should get their money in advance. Whatever they need for the festival to go on must be ready before you start it. And sincerely speaking, I wasn't expecting the festival this year, looking at the situation, particularly the issue of coronavirus pandemic. I was expecting a postponement, a further postponement. But since the state of Edo keep complaining that the postponement is affecting their pulse, then naturally maybe that's why the ministry came in. But if I were to be there, I wouldn't have even allowed National Sports Festival to take place this year.
Okay, sir. This National Sports Festival is like our own Olympics. If you look at the Olympics, the IOC is able to get partners to fund it and all that. Why is it almost an impossible thing for us to get the private sector involved in our own Olympics?
Look, there's lack of legislation. In Nigeria, you need to force the multinational companies to get involved in sports. They are dodging. They are running away from it. So it's a legislation to say you must invest a certain percentage in sports and so you see it there. But even if there's a legislation, what about enforcement? The federal government should live up and force them to do the needful. Once they do that, then the government will not be spending money, hosting, or states will not be holistically spend money to host National Sports Festival. The federal government, the ministry will be relieved of the burden of looking for funds to fund the sports festival. There are multinationals making money in this country, and dodging so many things. Some dodge taxations, some dodge corporate social responsibilities. Sports should be a very, very important issue, and that they should get involved.